Hey guys, I am back with another video, and this is just a spin-off to another segment of my channel, and it's how I make my nut milks, my alkaline nut milks. So these are the ingredients I use: walnuts, Brazil nuts, sea salt, and of course spring water, which I didn't show you guys, but I use natural spring water. So I just pour the walnuts into my blender along with the Brazil nuts. I'm just using the old ones that I had in my pantry. I'm also going to add some from the new packets that's sitting there, and here I go. So I add enough nuts to fill my mason jar. I have a 16-ounce mason jar, and this lasts me for 2 weeks with proper storage and also moderate use. So I'll go ahead and do that. Reseal the bag. I'll also add the Brazil nuts now. And I'm not really measuring, so I can't give you like exact measurements, but I do just enough, like I said, to fill my 16-ounce mason jar. All right, so once that's done, here I go with my spring water, and I like to use Fiji water because I just like it. You don't have to use Fiji water, you can use any water that you like, but I like to use Fiji. So I fill it up where it's not too little bit and it's not like too much. I don't even know how to explain it, but you'll see what I mean. Because if it's a lot of nuts and a little bit of water, it's very thick and it's not very liquidy like milk. When I go ahead and turn my blender on and I pulse it for a few seconds, and then I um I hit puree and let it puree. I let it puree twice because it's nuts, and with milk you don't want it to be you know too, what's the word, grainy. Even though I use a nut bag sometimes with nuts, and it has like little the skins on it, it can be a little grainy. So I like to puree twice just to get rid of that and I just like to monitor it as it goes. So here I come with my nut bag, my nut milk bag actually it's called, and I just pour it into that and squeeze it out. You'll see me do that in a second once it's done. So I got a bowl and I put my bag into it, and I'm gonna pour that the contents of the blender into that bag. Here I'm doing that. Just take your time when doing this because it could be very, very messy. So take your time. And once I do that, I just squeeze it and extract the milk from the husk, I would say, the nut husk or the nut pulp. And I continue doing this until all of it is well, not all of it, but most of the milk is extracted, because trust me, you won't get all of the milk out of the nut pulp. And I like to save my pulp also for making cookies or porridge or stuff like that. I like to use my nut pulp for that. So you can always you don't have to waste it. You can always like use it for something else. Here I go with my mason jar, and I'm just gonna pour my milk into the mason jar. And once I do that, now I'm gonna take my sea salt and I'm just gonna take a little bit of it, not a lot. Um, I would say like a tablespoon, and I just uh, pour it into the milk because you don't want it too salty now, but you don't. You also want to help. The salt helps to preserve the milk, so you also want to have your milk, last a little bit. So I add a little bit of sea salt to it. I'm gonna seal the container, shake it up, and I'm gonna store it in my refrigerator until it's ready for use. Well, it's ready for use right away, but until I'm ready to use it, I just store it in my refrigerator. And this is the nut pulp. There still was a little bit of milk in there, so extracted that, and I'm gonna add the pulp into another mason jar, and I save that for, like I said, when making cookies or porridge or something. So this is how I make and store my nut milk. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you guys for watching.